Hello and welcome to All Shorts on this fine Sunday. Well, I warn you now, this isn't going to be one of them long streams, no. It'll be at least an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Well, I don't know if you plan to go on a lovely trip on the Orient Express anytime soon from London. Well, you better give up now. Well, it's blooming expensive anyway, so I don't suppose a lot of people are going to be going anyway, but you're going to have to take the Orient Express probably from Paris. Oh dear. And COVID profiteers. They're counting their fortunes. They're very happy to be earning all that money, because obviously they work very hard for it, you see. Money makes money, and more money comes their way, it seems. And it's, this government, well, they had their head in the sands. Yeah. And the serious fraud office, well, they have something to say as well. We'll touch on that in a moment. So, yes, our ministers had their head in the sands. They over-ordered. They ordered twice. Stuff that didn't do its job properly. In fact, a lot of us scrapped. Luckily, certain individuals, they're still quids in. So billions of pounds of personal protective equipment, PPE. Well, what a cash cow that was. And one cow, a Tory peer, Baroness Moan, you remember her? Yeah, she was a nigger model. Yeah, I know she's in the House of Lords. Okay, I wonder how she got that job. But anyway, that might be another story. But there she is, raking it in. Now, MedPro, PPE MedPro, which was a new company. It was all set up during the pandemic. Well, she was lobbying the government on behalf of PPE MedPro. I bet she was involved in their formulation as well. I think it was 2019, whenever it was. Anyway, it's PPE MedPro. And they, well, took a lot of money. Taxpayers' money, your money you paid for, just so she could buy herself a new boat. 10 million quid it cost. This boat. Lovely blue yacht, moored up in Barcelona, luckily. Led by donkeys, the activists, they found it. And they renamed it for her. Very kind of them it is too. I thought it was very generous. They didn't charge her. No. They renamed it too. Pandemic profiteer. Well, Labour, though, have secured a debate they did earlier this year, demanding that the details of its dealings with government to be sent to the Commons Public Accounts Committee, lamenting all the contracts, etc. You know. So we can find out what's going on. We can put her in jail. But no, she's gone on holiday. Again. With your money. So her husband, yeah, one she married in a bit of a, recently. I wonder why that was. Money. Well, anyway, they got married. And he managed to get this money as payment from PPE MedPro, which PPE MedPro has subsequently going into liquidation. Yet the government at the same time is trying to get the money out of them. Well, that ain't going to happen, is it? No, because it's going into liquidation. So, what happened to the money, though? Well, he got a wad, and she got a wad. About 30-odd million or 35 million a pop each. And their kids got a load of money, too. Yeah, bounce it from one place to another. And just hope no one will notice. But people have noticed. But has anything happened? That you know as well as I do. If it's you or I, and we did this fraud, because that's what it is. It's also, well, just like, got his name now, Ben, whatever his name is, the one, Scott Benton, him, yeah, lobbying for William Hill and taking wads of money, but in the form of, basically vouchers to go gambling for £8,000 worth or something like that, or, yeah. But they keep their jobs, don't they? Might lose their whips, but they keep their jobs. They keep their still MPs and stuff. Well, it's all part of the course, and we really shouldn't be too surprised, should we? No. And it's just one of them things we're supposed to accept that, take it on the chin. That's what happens in government. They all do it. They're all at it. They are, apparently. But I say we shouldn't accept it. I say we should draw them over the coals, probably. We need to do something because it can't carry on this way. It's the same adage where you give someone an inch, they'll take a yard. Now we'll give them a flip a mile. I know they're going to take a quantum leap or something like that. Top of my head, can't think of anything. But anyway, something like that. And more generally, such a scale of the waste it is. Half this flipping PPE, that sheet, or half of it, actually all of it, that she supplied through MedPro. Well, it was useless, weren't it? Remember? 8.7 billion have been written off in COVID, well, I'll say fraud, junk PPE. Yeah. 8.7 billion of the 12 billion paid had been written off. There's something wrong there, isn't there? What's happened to that 37 or 39 billion? I don't know, the figure keeps changing. Dido hard on what happened to that? And we wonder why we've got, a GDP, gross domestic product, and loans, national debt. It's on par with each other. And we wonder why. It's obvious. It's been wasted. They've been throwing your money away. But don't worry. The government have been spinning. They have. They've been busy spinning. We'll get into that in a moment. God's sake. These people are loons. I know I'm a bit crazy, but hey-ho, say la vie. Well, now there's these supplies that proved to be, how to put it, rather useless. And so have the supplies. The supplies are useless and so are the supplies. But don't worry. A large chunk outweighs, however, reflects exorbitant prices that are paid. So that's okay, then, isn't it? Because it was a pandemic. Of course, you've got to pay more. Everybody wanted it. In fact, they were paying nearly £5 for a single mask. They're worth about £1. In some cases, you know. Besides, if you ask me, the masks were no good anyway. Now, for somebody who works in construction, woodwork, in dusty environments, when I used to employ people, we had to, buy PPE in. Well, if you're going to get negative pressure masks, the ones with little valves on, what good are they? Every time you exhale, you might as well just be breathing out. It might be like a face guard, but the moisture and the vapour's still getting out, so they're a bit pointless anyway for that purpose. They're not designed for that. They're designed for dust. They're not even designed for viral particles anyway. That's at 0.3 microns, where the particles were actually smaller than that for viruses. It's only the moisture. If anything did get trapped, it's the moisture in the airborne particles is the only thing that stopped it. It sticks to things, you see. NASA found that one out. Well, these are rather, how to put it, stratospheric profits. That's what they made. They made shitloads of money. They could have gone to the moon with the amount of money they made. Well, you could have gone in what's-his-face's little pod thing and gone into, into the lower, orbit and then come down again. Just like Captain Kirk did. I'm not talking about the Enterprise, though, because that's fictional, you see. It's not real. Just because you didn't know. But don't worry. What we can do is we can just burn it after wasting. That's what we can do. So you can keep... So you can't keep all this PPE, because a lot of it was useless anyway. So what you can do, it's been costing an absolute fortune. I think it's about £1.5 million a day. It's been costing just to store this stuff. I wonder who's getting that. Well, you can't keep a good contractor, COVID contractor, down, no, it seems. Clipper Logistics, for instance, for that matter. The delivery company founded and run by £475,000 of COVID Conservative Party donor, Steve Parker. Oh, we know he got that job. Well, he's already earned a 9-figure sum. Sounds like a water company. 9-figure sum. Shifting hastily ordered PPE around the country. But now he's going to cash in on this end as well. On the other end, you've got to get rid of it. Now it's his job to get rid of it. Keep it in the family. Why don't you keep it in the family? Oh, they're all inbred, financially inbred. Well, the firm has been awarded new deals worth at £6.5 million. Just for disposing of the excess PPE, languishing with the Department of Health in its containers, you see. I think it's down in Kent somewhere. Nearly 2 million of this will come through a contract for what is you could call it, I suppose you could call it reverse logistics, which means taking away the storing unwanted gear. Now the rest is for disposing of superfluous masks and gowns, etc., which are all useless anyway. Should have been double packed or something like some crazy.
So, you have accepted the truth.
Well, cheers, Alistair. Thank you very much. You're most kind. The track failed that 38 billion. Is it 37 billion, 38 billion, or 39 billion? Can they make their mind up yet? Or do we actually know? All we know is Dido hard on. She's probably pocketed a load. You know, you could have had 3 of those lovely aircraft carriers, the ones that have bent prop shafts that don't run properly. You know the ones that are up in Scotland at the moment, costing 25 million to have fixed. Who's going to pay for that? Is there a guarantee? Is there a 10-year guarantee with HMS Prince of Wales Sausage Fingers aircraft carriers? You know. I think we need a campaign. We need an anti-monarchy campaign, I think. I think we do. We need to start protesting against the monarchy. We don't want to pay you any money. I ain't got a problem with the monarchy itself. I've just got a problem paying them. They can do what they like. As long as it's not with our money. Well, destroying our PPE, though, that involves burning it. They're going to be burning all this PPE, great for the environment, you see. They'll say that something stupid like, oh, we're going to use it to power a power station. There's something PPE that'll burn just like, yeah. Toxins in the atmosphere. And the hole in the ozone will get bigger and bigger and bigger. And we'll get acid rain. And our skin will melt off. Lovely thought. Anyway, or something like that. Obviously, just made that up. But here you go. You know what I'm saying. It's not good for the environment. No. They're supposed to be doing a bit against that, but no. We'll burn stuff that has fiberglass in it. Yeah, and polyesters and other resins and, yeah. You really can't make this shit up. Has anyone ever tried to burn a nappy, for instance? I don't recommend it, no. Because you get left with all the gooey bit. Yeah, well, it's fiberglass, you see. Anyway, so an unedifying prospect that is mitigated by the DHSC officials last year. They were claiming that they were looking to generate this power. It's bollocks. Yeah, it is.
What a load of bollocks!
Sorry. Or he'll just say it as he sees it. As he's flying around and... Oh, anyway. Yeah. You've only got 13 hours or 14 hours to save the world or something. Anyway. So still at least the Clipper will supply, the company, the Clipper, will supply ahead of the sustainability under the contract, charged at £800 a day and more than 5 times a nurse's pay to ensure no further waste. They're all profiteering here, aren't they? But that is the Tory party for you. Yeah. And I ain't checked the chat, so I better do that. So... Oh, who have we got here? Hello, Joe. Again, I offer my services with an axe if the executioner's openings. Oh, yes. I think we can all take turns. Just don't swing too hard. You got to be fair to the person waiting behind you. You sort of just nick him a little bit, and a little bit, and a little bit, and a little bit until it falls off. Yeah. So everybody has to go. Hello, Mad Monk 33. Cheers, my friend. Smash the like, and if you don't hit it twice, the other one, they don't like, hit it twice. Anyway, if you want to support the channel, you can do that on the super chatty thing down below, because obviously, this is actually kind of my job, and I have to earn something out of this. I just have to stop. Simple, plain. Sorry. I enjoy it, mine, but I have to actually earn some money. Otherwise, I can't pay my electric. Actually, I can't pay my electric. I can't afford to. But there you go. Even though it's a tiny bill compared to yours. Yeah, you've got big bills. My bills are small, but so is my money. Yeah. Give you a little idea. On the booze, my booze has been very bad at the moment, as you probably noticed. On the booze, you earn about €1 on every single 1,000 views. So if you're getting views, that's all right, but I don't get enough views, you see. So I don't earn anything on that. And I've slowed down. Last couple of days, I've slowed down uploading videos for obvious reasons. So you probably worked that one out. But yeah, it's just I have to, because I'm restarting my woodworking business. So I'm looking at trying to put some time into that. So I will have to. I'm gonna have to. I've got no choice because it ain't working. The channel's not working. No. Hello, Joe. So there was a punishment there was a punishment abolished here. That was to use hooks and ropes to hang a person in a tree until they bled to death. Lovely. Oh, I can outside. I can. That's a very yeah. No, meat hooks. I take it through the nipples or something like that, maybe, or through the back. Oh God, I don't think about that. That's gross. I don't. No. Oh, I'm not trying to advocate actually. Yeah, a British Bastille. No, I'm not. I'm not really advocating for that. Besides, you haven't got a Bastille. But anyway, I'm being hypothetical. Hypothetical, or something like that. Anyway, so yeah. So what was I doing? I forgot what I was doing. I was looking over there. That's what I was doing. Madman, please note that our opinion is ours and not your liking. Then the opinion doesn't count. Yes. There you go. Here he goes. Mad Monk, 33. Don't mess with him. He's got a spanner. He's dangerous. Floorskins, that's the care. Floorskins are not had that in years and enjoy the nip pouring a large Tintayu slang, whatever that is. I'm lost already. The skin beneath the muscles so you would not break. Oh, just okay. I don't know if I want to describe that one on here. People start clicking off. Yeah. Right. So, what about Roundtree's fruit pastilles? Oh, boom, boom. I got a comedian. Oh, he said, what about Roundtree's fruit pastilles? All you can do is chew until the head drops off, or something like that. Oh God's sake! Yeah, natter. Hello, number 3, Brad Pitts. What about Brad Pitts? There was a punch. Done that one already. Glamorgan. Oh, Glamorgan. Oh, are you talking about the whiskey? I used nappies last week. What? I used nappies last week. I'm okay now. No more Brad Pitt's something I ate. What? I'm glad you feel better now, Jasper. Okay. We used to have reusable nappies, cloth ones. Yeah, that's we use them with our kids as reusables, good little eco thing, but also my daughters as well. And the modern reusable nappies are not like the old terry towel and things you just wrap around and put a big pin through the middle and maybe a couple of 4-inch nails or something. Double-sided sticky tape, anything, hold it on. A bit of silicone mastic around the legs just so they don't leak. You know how it is. It's what you have to do, isn't it? Some duct tape. Fix anything with duct tape with a pair of water pump pliers. Yeah, the modern ones are all like they're designed in a shape and they with Velcro and stuff. Now my daughter uses them and she just used like a little liner in them and that's it. And they're actually pretty good. So yeah, so she's using them with her new one. We've got another baby on the way. Is he another granddaughter? Oh, a grandson. That'll be 2 grandsons then. You see, we only had one. It was the second, and I've had to wait this long. It's like we've got 10 grandchildren when this one's born, and it's like we'll have 2 grandsons quite far apart. Yeah. About time, isn't it, eh? Oh, yeah, run by girls. I suppose they can share the clothes, but does it matter these days? Oh, there we are, anyway. We used to, boiler. We used to have old Burko boiler. Can you remember the old Burko boilers? They're like a stainless steel boiler thing. You shovel in that. Anyway, boil the hell out of them. Sterilise them. Lovely. Do vengeance, hope you well. You're not wrong. It's going to get worse. Ooh, we're going to touch on that in a moment. That's what we're going to be doing. Because we're talking about all this COVID loan fraud and stuff. And the serious fraud office, well, they're kicking off. They said that basically the government didn't really pay much attention to what was going on. They had their head in the sand, apparently. Yeah. So ministers ignored red flags over COVID fraud, say the former head of the SFO. Not the Eurofo, the SFO. This serious fraud office. Obviously, complaints have been made, but nothing's going to happen, because it never does. Be another scapegoat. Well, the former head of Britain's financial crime prosecutor said red flags were ignored in the rush to distribute taxpayer-funded emergency loans to businesses during the pandemic, and questioned whether fraud was taken seriously by the government. Oh. I think we know the answer to that one. No. In fact, actually, no, the fraud was taken very seriously. They just kept it quiet. Because they could take the money. Yeah. That's exactly what they've been doing. Brrr. So Parliament spending watchdog estimates fraud and error were like error. There's nothing. Well, there was error, actually, to be fair. They were anxious to get hold of this stuff, weren't they? It's obviously when the little Matt Hancock, all he cared about was getting these 100,000 tests a day. Once he reached that target once, that was it. That was the end of it. He didn't do it again. But to do that, he needs some plastic stuff done. So he asked his neighbour, give him a bung as well at the same time. Has anyone seen the phone or heard the phone call between that neighbour of Matt Hancock, him, and when he called in to LBC, James O'Brien, trying to make out that I'm a victim here. Poor me. We made no money. We didn't make no money. He says, yeah, rubbish. Something wrong if you're not making money. Money. The Parliament spending watchdog estimate fraud and error were likely to have a cost to the UK government as much as 16 billion. 16 billion! What can you do with that? You might be able to pay the nurses and the doctors, maybe. Because they're all going to be striking again because they just turned down the ballot. Wow, the head of the Nurses Union, she was saying that they could be strikes right up until Christmas. Obviously not consecutive, there'll be organised strikes. And that sounds like they're going to be had to put it in cahoots with each other. Then in the Doctors Union, so they can coordinate their strikes for the best effect, I reckon. The thing is, though, really bugs me. What really bugs me, they keep using this figure, 35%. That's unreasonable for the doctors. The junior doctors will be asking for 35%, but 35% of what? They've had a pay cut over the last, God knows how many, last decade. Ever since the Tories been in. Their money's been squeezed since 2008, actually. I think it's 2008. They've had a pay cut. Effective pay cut. It's crazy. Has anyone seen my bean video? If you haven't seen my bean video, it's quite a good analogy on that way of actually working out, make it more clearer where they are regarding what they can do with their money in the sense of how much they're getting paid now compared to what they were back then, even though they're getting less money. Yeah. Food inflation and all that. And food inflation is not going to go down anytime soon in the United Kingdom. It's bad enough here. My food costs here have gone through the roof. They really have. But saying that, we've got food. There's plenty of it. Yeah. But eggs have gone up quite a bit. So 16 billion they reckon. How can that be right? So they reckon all these red flags were ignored. And obviously there was a political priority. See, that's the wrong priority. It shouldn't be a political priority, because if you do the right things right, the politics will look after themselves. Look after the pennies, the pounds look after themselves. So if you do right by the people, the politics will fall in place. People will love you. But no, we will hate them. Especially now, everything's going on at the moment. It's thinking that madness is going on at the moment. And they're still trying to spin these lines, they are. Hello, Floorskins. Oh, braggarts. Oh, my step. Oh, okay. Runner beans or baked beans? Oh, now that is a question. Oh, well, baked beans are not the same as runner beans. Depending on what sort of lingos or something like that for baked beans. I like Boston baked beans myself. Yeah. Proper baked beans, because they're actually baked. Most of the baked beans that you get in the tins are steamed. You see, they're cooked in the tin and stuff. So, yeah, not the same. They're not baked. No. I put baked beans. Well, how I do it, you see, I've got this iron, like, create type dishes, which I can shove in the fire. Literally shove in the fire. We use the bread oven actually, and we do a Boston baked beans and there with bacon and stuff like that all in there, like hot, and then put it in. Oh, God, just think about it, it's making me think. Oh, what's some Boston baked beans now? Or chili beans. Oh my God, it's so good. I'll tell you, you never taste baked beans like it. Boston baked beans are the best, as far as I'm concerned, anyway. Oh, and runner beans. I'm not keen on runner beans. No, I like French. Haricot beans. They're nice. We grow them here, but I'm not so keen. I don't like about the old runner beans. Has he got a blooming string 'em? Oh, it's annoying. String. String. Oh, God. Yeah, it's just annoying. They actually do grow those. It might be a different bean actually, but you can get runner beans here. But they sell them as a decorative plant because they're red flowers, as a decorative climber. But yeah, I don't think the French like the runner bean. I don't dislike the runner bean. I just don't like the fat that goes with it. Even there, Chris Murphy. I hope you're well, my friend. And who's Zebediah Thomas? I watched one of your videos the other day. Are you glued in your bed or something at the moment? I think that's your bed. It's a bit saucy. Yeah. Even cheap tins of baked beans is a luxury. No, it's a bit sad actually. If we get baked beans here in a tin, we go for the Leclerc beans, just the bog standard cheapy Leclerc beans, and then we liven them up. And we make them nice. So what I usually do, I put some of my tomatoes in that I grew from the previous years, the canned tomatoes basically. It was in jars because we put them in jars, and then we liven our beans up, make them more tomatoey and stuff. They're really good. Yeah. The beans themselves are actually good quality beans. There's nothing wrong with them at all. What I found, I don't know if you noticed this, but years ago we used to have the stripy tins. Remember the stripy tins from Tesco's? The blue and white stripy tins. Oh, we used to get them with the kids now because I was growing up with kids, and they're quite expensive kids, I used to see, especially when you got so many. We had 6 kids. 6 kids, and we had to feed them. So obviously there was like budget, and so you have to get the value on. So, but they started off actually getting not bad beans, and they started getting less and less beans in tin, all sorts. So then we started getting to cross and Blackmore ones instead. I think even they're expensive now. They didn't used to be. Yeah, no, everything's become too expensive. I'm not going to lie to you. It isn't cheap here either, though. Food is expensive here as well. But it's always been a little bit on the pricey side. And the farmers here, well, they kick off. If they feel they're being undercut by another supplier or something like that, they'll kick off. They'll say, bugger this, I'm off. No, actually, you're off to the strikes. We'll go on our tractor. We'll set alight to some hay bales on a roundabout somewhere, something like that. A bit like what's going on in Paris and various other cities around France at the moment, because Emmanuel Macron, that's a massive mistake on his part. Talk about damaging your party. It's like handing a gift egg to Marine Le Pen. Although, saying that, it's the same as what we're seeing in the United Kingdom with what's going on regarding Brexit and stuff. It's always the loudest voices that make the most noise. And there's same here in France. Those protests, and they've been hijacked by the right. It started off, okay, it's a protest, usual sort of French protest. And then what happens, they start in the mornings, quite peaceful and stuff, and get to the evenings, and then they start getting a little bit rowdy, then they set light to things and damage buildings, and Emmanuel Macron's favourite restaurant, stuff like that, and they get a bit rowdy, and people get hurt. No, I don't condone that at all. And the same thing happened with the Gilets Jaunes, when they were doing all those protests and what have you, and started off innocent. One lady actually started that one, and she actually denounced it in the end. She had enough. It's because it got hijacked by the far right, including, I don't know about this time, but including Steve Bannon. He got involved, riling them all up, supporting Marine Le Pen and what have you. The whole thing is just as soon as they can, and also the hard left as well, where you got Mélenchon, He's also causing problems. It's ammunition, you see. And what has Emmanuel Macron done? He's handed over this little gift. Here you go. You can attack me with this. Yeah, foolish. Really, really, really foolish. Because for a lot of the ordinary people here, especially people with not a lot of money, a lot of policies that Emmanuel Macron has brought in are actually benefited the people. You know, our habitation. We don't have any. What I'm saying about the poll tax, there isn't none anymore. You still got to pay your tax foncière, which is like your land tax, and you have to pay your TV license. Well, no, they're abolishing that as well, and also water and all that, all those sort of things, the usual sort of stuff. But no property taxes, they're gone. Also, those they brought in the energy check. So, for instance, those on low incomes or what have you. I think it's about 8 where they get it. I think they get 240 odd pounds to go, or euros, sorry, to go against their electricity bill or gas bill or whatever bill. Also, this winter there was an exceptional one you could apply for if you want to for your petrol to get or diesel to get to and from work. There's that one, and also there's another one, heating one. You got an extra 100 euros on top of what you normally get. In December, because everything became more expensive. Plus, he capped the energy. Plus, he capped the cost at the pump for the diesel by a considerable amount. Actually, there'd been a lot more than it is now. We're currently paying about €1.70 for a litre of diesel, gas oil. So I do feel he's making a mistake. I think it's a massive mistake, to be fair. And it's damaged the party and make themselves unelectable. But they got more support than you would first imagine. The more kind of white-collar worker, they understand and they kind of say, yeah, it's needed because we've got an ageing population and we can't afford to keep them. The other option really was a culling. So I don't know if that was on the cards or not, but where, you get to a certain age and they scoop you up and put into power stations. Be like Matrix. Don't get a lot out of me though. My body's buggered. Well, there you go. So, what am I on about? I'm talking dribble again. Dribble! Right, so I'd like to hire the Bronze Warriors to make mayhem at the rich housing areas. Just watch the housing prices drop. They're already dropping, Jasper. We were looking at around 15% price increases on property in the UK, and that's plummeted. That's going to get worse. That's going to get worse. But it's the reason why we're now on parity with the national debt and the GDP is because the government's had to hide all the crap that's going on at the moment, obviously COVID as well. All the stuff that's going on at the moment is having to be paid for. All those flippin' Farage garages, they weren't free and they make no money. They're a cost. All the infrastructure had to be done because of Brexit. All those talks, everyone's had a cost. $500 billion so far on Brexit. Cost around 100 billion a year just in lost trade. With the gross domestic product was down by at least 4%. Some people are saying it's nearer 6%. The OBR is not looking too favourable to the UK, although they haven't got a very good track record, to be fair. But there again, you have to base it on something. I'm sorry, but we're buggered. I said this on the offset. This all happened regarding Brexit, and I said this is going to screw us. And it's been cloaked for various things. The government has been so fortunate. They've been able to hide Brexit behind the COVID and stuff like that. Not necessarily hide it even. Everything was there in our faces, but it's just an easy excuse, wasn't it? And it's not going to get any better anytime soon. No. We've got at the end of this year, they're now going to November, they're going to be bringing in import checks on foodstuffs coming into the United Kingdom. Okay. What happened to our, trading with the EU? Brexit come, in 2021, it came end of the transition period. Well, people gave up trading with the UK, didn't they? Yeah. They didn't want anything. They didn't, buying anything from the UK to go into the European Union was a waste of flipping time. It was too expensive. And okay, some foodstuffs are still getting over there, but they have to pay a huge amount of money. But they're generally on a large load, like the fish, for instance, or the salmon, or even the lobsters and stuff like that. They go over on one load, so it's one lot of paperwork. But the costs would be very similar if it was one pallet, just one pallet. Forget mixed pallets; it's not possible anymore. You can't really have a mixed pallet. No. And lots of hoarding companies, import-export companies, they won't accept mixed pallets anyway, because one item on that pallet can just delay the whole pallet. So they don't want to know. They're scuppered. Even Captain Kirk said he's not dealing with the United Kingdom anymore. Captain Kirk! James T. Kirk! He's not dealing with the United Kingdom anymore for his memorabilia site thing. Star Trek, whatever. I don't think I've ever been on there. I have been on there once. Yeah, I did a video about it a long while ago. Oof. So, what else happens? Food becomes not just harder to get hold of coming into the United Kingdom, because they're going to give up trading with us. They're going to actually decide, well, we're not making any money, so we're not going to bother, and those who do carry on, because this government is already saying that's still going to be a light touch approach, even with foodstuffs. That is a big mistake, because we've already got foodstuffs coming in. I know this is an old article just to prove a point, because I've been talking about this before, and recently I couldn't even find the flipping article. Actually, there's another one about bacon coming in the United Kingdom has already started rotting. Commercial bacon to go into ready meals and whatever. That's already oxidizing. That was this year. But you see this one here, potentially deadly superbug found in British supermarket pork. Well, if the phytosanitary was being done, they would have found it before it come into the United Kingdom. Because this is stuff. These were foods. Remember, our pork and that was going over to Holland and Ireland to be packaged. Now, some British supermarkets' pork was affected with potentially fatal superbug, and investigation has found. Now, a test discovered that more than 10% of sampled pork products, including joints, chops, and mince, were infected with bacteria that showed resistance to the last resort antibiotic used to treat serious illness in humans. And the contaminated products included some pork sold under the Red Tractor Assured label and the RSPCA Assured and organic products. So they've got some kind of protocol there, but even that wasn't working. The superbug is a variant of the enterococci bacteria. Yeah, nasty stuff. That can cause urinary tract and wound infections. Ouch. Like burning fire when you wee. Among other illnesses, and most serious cases, bacteria can infect the bloodstream, heart, and brain. That explains a lot. Heartless buggers, some of them. And some of them really don't really have two brain cells to rub together. Tell me that I'm wrong. Not everybody, obviously. No. Like Donald Trump once said, and I'm not meaning about
getting tremendously wet.
No, not that. I mean that he said, and they're nice people. While they're attacking somebody. Anyway, that was far right, wasn't it? Something like that. So, but it goes on, you see. It's not just that. No, not at all. It goes on and on and on like an arrow stone. With these imports, exports, and they're going to give up on us. So these new export rules, that could mean a very lean Christmas for us Brits. Remember, everything's ordered in advance, and if they're going to give up on us, so then it's not going to be very helpful, is it? Meat, fish, dairy producers could simply stop exporting to the United Kingdom because they don't have the bandwidth to deal with the paperwork. We know that feeling, don't we? We don't even have the vets. They don't even have the vets. They reckon that there was not enough vets in the whole of the European Union to deal with the post-Brexit checks. In fact, what's happening is that these companies, trying to import export at the moment, are just having to use third-party companies to sort the paperwork out for them and organise the vets, or actually not organise the vets because they're still having to do them themselves. It's a mess. That really is. Well, this is in the Dundee Economic Project beat. Plans for how post-Brexit border checks on goods coming into the United Kingdom from the EU will work have been set out by ministers. Now, the government has published a draft border operating model designed to bring in checks the UK is required to make under its Brexit trade agreement with the EU. Now, ministers have delayed implementing the checks on several occasions since the UK officially withdrew from the trade bloc on January the 31st, 2020. Hey, while you're here, please boop the whole like button. Where is it? Is that it? Oh, I did it. There you go. There it is, yeah. Oh, like, see that there? Like, you look like the icon there. Oh, look at the bell. You get a notification then, maybe. Well, under the plans published by the Cabinet Office on Wednesday, the government, you probably heard about this, the government says its new model will prevent delays at the border. How does adding checks remove delays? So they're really spinning this. They're really trying to spin this. They're trying to make out by adding checks, it's actually going to make it less of a problem. I can't work this out in my head. I really can't. How does that work? Don't be wrong, it has to be done anyway because it's part of the Trade and Cooperation Agreement. That's Brexit for you. But there you go. But it's not going to make things cheaper, and it's not going to make things less, how to put it, restrictive. It's not going to make it, or encourage importers or exporters in the EU to send stuff to the UK when we're all flipping angry. Well, I'm not. For a start, I grow most of my own food, and also, I'm in France. Well, I do what I want my kids are, obviously, and you guys, girls. So the government says its new model will prevent delays. The government says its new model to adding checks. So you add checks will prevent delays. The only thing it might actually do is prevent you eating poisoned meat. Oh, actually, no, it won't. Reducing the need for physical checks for many types of goods. You'll see in a minute. Well, the government says that under the new model, investigations of animal and plant products would still be thorough enough to protect against diseases like African swine fever, while also making it easy as possible for businesses to import. It's gonna be like bliss. What about these organisations? Are they kitted up for this, or have they got enough people to be able to do this? Because we ain't got enough people. Oh, I know. We'll keep sending them to Rwanda. Potential workers. How stupid is that? Anyway, so it's not going to be that easy. No. In fact, oh crikey, the whole thing is an absolute mess. So the other thing is been spinning a line. Where's the spin? Okay, so they're trying to sell the 420 million exporting costs to businesses as a win. Originally, there was expect to be over 800 million, you see, in additional costs. All right, remember these additional costs, but they're trying to make out that 420 million quid that you have to pay on top of everything else to export, to come into the United Kingdom. These costs, as there's some sort of Brexit win. Who's winning here? We aren't, because they're going to stop exporting to us. So new slimmed down border checks. Remember, there's no border checks at the moment, so they're adding these. They're not actually slimming them down. They're actually adding them. That's just how this government works. Now, some people are going to say, I'm not really happy with these attack ads from Labour. No, well, I've got a bit of in my head. I actually think I think they've been flipping clever. I don't like them, obviously not, because it's just. On first impressions, until you look at until you go into it, you sort of realise they've got a point. It seems a little bit almost childish, like playground antics and pointing the finger directly at Richie Sunak, unless you know who he is and what he's really about. On the face value, that looks bad. You can't say that about him. No, quite frankly, that bloke is scum. Richie Sunak is complete and a scum. He's the scummiest of them all. He is. Same bit like Michael Caine. What are we hoping? No, he's Brexiter. Oh my God, no, he's an idiot. Well, and it's a bit like, how are they going to do this, right? Now, if I was doing this, if I was doing these tag ads, right? Okay, I don't like the message, but I get it. I understand it. The thing is, you see, what they're doing is, what I think they're doing is, if I was doing it, I would say, okay, let's put a shock one out first. Everyone's looking now. Well, look, oh my God, they can't do that. No. It's like a merry-go-round. Yeah, that's what they're doing. First one gets the merry-go-round turning. The next one's a little bit more subtle. It's like thicken the merry-go-round. And then it starts slowing down. The momentum starts slowing down. So what they do, they'll throw in another shocker. Oh my God, you can't say that. And then that merry-go-round is rotating again. And then have a little, and the cycle, rinse, repeat. They keep going on and on and on. And they'll just keep themselves in the news. Because their online presence, remember this is mainly on Twitter. These are tag ads. You don't see it anywhere else, do you, really? I don't see it anywhere else. And it's, I think they're playing a blinder. I really do. Because the people they're trying to appeal to will appeal to these ads. They'll either appeal to the ads, or they'll be so far to the right, they'll see it as an attack at them. Good. I think it's about time. And it's, I think it's going to work. I actually think it's going to work. I think it's going to draw. I think what happened is I think they're already going to win anyway. Obviously, because with the next general election, they're going to be pretty much decimated in the local elections. Or so they estimate the Tories are going to lose about 1,000 local seats, council seats, what have you. So that's going to poke them in the eye, isn't it? That's a test for Richie Sunak, because although Richie Sunak is looking quite favourable as a Prime Minister, people don't really know who he is, or they don't care. For God's sake, he was caught out on flipping on live about his flipping wife who takes money from blood money. The nuts thing about Zelensky and what have you, he made a step out, he said that's blood money. And then they're going over there. He goes over there and shaking his hand and what have you. Yeah. Oh, look, there's a tank. You know what? Oh, here's another tank. I'll have one of these. But we'll hand you over all these military equipment. We know you need it. Fair enough. No, I ain't got a problem with that. They do need it. But it's just the man's a con man, a bad one at that. Because we're gullible. We don't want. It's either that, or we're doing exactly the same what we're doing with the PPE and all the other stuff. We stick our head in the sand because we're desperate. We just want to stick our head in the sand. We don't want to know. No. Him and his missus, Richie Sunak and his missus, are fraudulent, allegedly. Got to say that apparently, but yeah, no, they are. The amount of money she's had off at the taxpayer he was the Chancellor of the Exchequer. Well, quite frankly, is it's just immoral. She shouldn't be taking any of these COVID loan money. She took a huge amount of COVID. In one example, I've told you the story before. She took about $1.5 million. Always not $1.5 million. Right? There was a company that was going bankrupt. And shortly after she took the flipping money, it went bankrupt for $16 million. Oh, this is Wordsmith or something that was called. And now no one says anything. This is what I just don't get. I don't understand why. If it's you and I, we'd have been drawn for the corals and chucked in a cell. But no. Tories, they get away with it. And their families get away with it. It's all about money and protection. Not just about protecting money, but protecting the people who have the money. Anyway, I've gone off track. Anyway, what are you guys think I'll say? Oh. Probably upset somebody. No, me. People disappeared, so probably. We ain't got many people here today. What's happened? What's time anyway? Oh, another 10 minutes. I've got a lot more to do as well. Oh my God, it's probably about an hour and a half, I should think. Nice chicken masala tonight. Well, I had a nice curry, but the missus wrecked the rice. I should have done it myself. And they're clearing lava in Portugal. I thought, wasn't there a volcano go off in Russia somewhere? So I heard. And number 3. And David to read 420 odd million, yeah, 420 million pounds. I reckon that's going to cost. I heard Germany say that you can grow and smoke cannabis. Well, Germany is this weekend has now shut down all their nuclear reactors. Yay! What they replaced it with? Coal, probably. I don't know. Well, I've still got coal generators here in France and also in Germany as well. They'll get rid of them as well, don't they? But it's a step in the right direction. More solar panels, wind turbines and stuff. Yeah, hydro. Hello, Mark Speaks Fan. I thought you were going to be here, my friend. It could be that we are sending them there to send them back to the UK from Rwanda. Could be. Like laundering money, they're totally... a totally clean passport. Maybe, that's what it is. Oh, I see your point. I get you. Very good. Sending people to Rwanda and taking people from Rwanda back in the exchange and paying huge amounts for... What's that clause still in the new contract? I think it is, isn't it? Paying huge amounts for that. And I know, it's crazy, isn't it? We're paying to send people over and take people back. It's not exactly a mutual arrangement, is it? No. It's nuts. We are now getting packages held up for ransom at the post office. Yes! And we've noticed that our ordinary mail now is most definitely stale mail from France to the UK. In some cases, well, Caroline actually had a birthday card, sorry, or Mother's Day card or whatever it was, from the UK. From Yasmin, it took 3 weeks. It was 2 weeks late. Normally a week is fine. You know, usually take 3 days, 3 or 4 days, and you get it here. There was it was before Brexit, and now it's like 3 weeks. It's just nuts. We do it with businesses; they can't operate like that. No. I was sending stuff to the United Kingdom when I was doing my Etsy. Well, still I'm doing my Etsy. I'm sending stuff to the United Kingdom. I don't send anything there anymore. Too much hassle. The paperwork is a nightmare. Oh yeah, now getting packages. No, it's not good. Their recommendation says to proceed with the strict checks on food products from the UK due to the some products have seen stopped at the border and then sent back. Ooh, yeah. It's not helpful. Well, obviously stuff that's sent from here, we've got all these checks in place. Really, we should be getting an act again, make sure it's tickety-boo. But obviously at a cost and a delay. And if you're talking about shell-type fish, like I don't know, lobsters, for instance, they're dying en route. And the idea we're going to send them all over into the CPTPP. It's the Trans-Pacific Partnership, but that's not going to happen, is it? They're going to be dead before they get there. Just stick them in tins and then send them over there. But they can do that themselves. They've got much richer waters than what we've got. They do different things, don't mind. Different fish. We have a lot of pollock. Bollocks! Bollocks! Scroll down. Oh, what's that? I just saw my name. MadMonk33, if you wish to support all shorts, Sky, click like and subscribe. But if you want to do a super chat, I will not say no. Why ain't that working? That's annoying. I don't know what's going on with this. There you go. There. Right. There we go. Scroll down. Doon D's Etch. Oh, okay, Floorskins. Mark's the biggest fan. The Floorskins are slint, porn, a large, a glimmer. Oh, nice. I was talking about flipping whiskey. I ain't got one. I tell you what I have got. I got my first bottle of wine this weekend. I was allowed a bottle of wine. And I sort of coached around. Yeah. Coached around. And it's cheap. It's €3. I'm a cheapskate. Hello, the bollocks. That is. What will they do with all the lava dust that they remove when they move it? Oh, Jackson Pollocks. I like a good Jackson Pollocks. Get your scribbles out. There you go. That's 5 million. God's sake. Drink. Oh, I got that one.
I'm so sorry.
And that one is just licorice infusion. There we go. There we go. Where are I? Right, where was I? Oh, dear me. So they're trying to make out that 420 million quid extra costs is a bonus. It's a Brexit bonus. You just really can't make this up. You can't. And all this going on with food fraud, what have you, and food security and stuff. Not just the imports but exports, in the sense of being able to get the stuff in the first place. You got to think about the fact: is it safe? And now we've got supermarket giants. So they've been pulling some cereals from the shelves after discovering they pose a risk to people with particular allergies. Tesco's. Free from bran flakes, and chocolate pillows. Not those sort of pillows, not Anne Widdecombe's pillows. No, were found to include milk and hazelnuts. Yeah, they ain't very good if you've got a nut allergy, just like my dear missus. It can kill you.
So, you have accepted the
Cheers, my
truth.
friend. Cheers, Mark's biggest fan. I can't stand whiskey or any spirits, but I will. Oh, you got the cue. Oh, she asked nicely. Oh, nice. Cheers, my friend. Thank you. So customers have been urged to check their cupboards for the 300-gram packs with a best before date of 26th of May to 2024. How's this stuff getting through? What we find, it's in the grain. The grain used to make the products. They're blending it. Probably because of the shortage of grain. And also, we're getting a lot of stuff coming through from grain products coming from Ukraine, like we had done before. But it's going via flipping Russia, isn't it? Russia's allowing the transport of grain products. Unless that's changed. Are they contaminating it? They're trying to kill us off. Yeah. And here, meanwhile, Aldi has recalled its Harvest Morn high-protein bars due to them contain milk, peanuts, and soy. None of this stuff is obviously listed on the packaging. That's all very well. People can have a soy allergy, you can have a peanut allergy, or you can have a lactose allergy. You can be a lactose intolerant. Actually, fair, actually, most humans are. We're not actually supposed to be drinking lactose. No, we're not cows. No. You need to nestle on bitty. You know, like Jacob Rees-Mogg does. Yeah. Well, the ingredients were either not listed or not highlighted in bold on the box as the allergens were. So the flavours affected were by birthday cake flavour. What is birthday cake flavour? For God's sake. What is birthday cake flavour? Does it taste of icing or something? Cookie dough, salted caramel, peanut butter, protein mint. Protein mint? Is that actually a flavour? And Jaffa orange. Give you a Jaffa. And the Aldi spokesman said, as the precautionary measure, our supplier is recording Harvest Morn high-protein bars because in some cases allergens are not emphasised and bold on the packaging. So that's obviously, that's not good enough. But the fact is, a lot of the products are found to have, the wrong grains in the grains. Hence, nuts. Not great, is it? Not great at all. Not if you've got a nut allergy. Not at all. Oh my God, what about the Express? Oh, not the Daily Express. No, but we'll get into that in a moment. No, the Orient Express. Yeah, that one. And they got talking about grain again. This isn't going to help. This might backfire actually on Poland and Hungary. They are, Poland and Hungary are banning Ukraine grain. Ukraine. Tongue tied. Yeah. They're banning it, apparently. They're illegals. They got sent it to Rwanda. Or something like that, I don't know. So Poland and Hungary are banning Ukraine grain to protect the local farmers, because the local farmers have been kicking off, a bit like they do in France, you see. They kick off because of, like, Lidl's is importing stuff from other countries and stuff. And so what about us, they say? Oh, if you don't help us out, we're going to dump a load of cow manure in your car park. And that's exactly what they did. Yeah. They do need to protest, don't they? I don't like the burning of tyres, though. I don't like that at all, obviously. It's not good, you see. Not good for the environment. Don't make no sense. Then again, I don't like what they do in Ireland to burn all those pallets and those stupid things. What's that all about? That makes no sense whatsoever. If the EPA pallets is not quite so bad because they're has no purpose. So because they've got the toxins in them unless they're painted, because they kill the bugs in them. You see these pallets, the EPA pallets, usually by a bit like UHT. ultra high temperature, just to kill off all the bugs and stuff that could be in, because you can't obviously be transporting bugs from one country to another, because it's not a good idea, you see, especially to, I don't know, woodworm and stuff like that. They don't want to do that. So Poland and Hungary banned Ukraine grain to protect its local farms, and Ukraine's grain experts, I think Michael Gove, I've been dreaming about him again. So Ukraine's grain exports have been transiting through the European Union to other countries since the war-torn nation's traditional Black Sea routes were blocked by Russia's invasion. Oh, but because of logistical issues, the grain had been piling up and driving down prices, which led to protests from farmers and a resignation of Poland's agricultural minister. This, when you think about it, consider how high the prices of grain are at the moment. It seems a bit odd that they've got a grain mountain they can't get rid of because they're importing too much. Seems a bit nuts to me. It's about money again, isn't it? It's about who's willing to pay what. Let's check the chat. Poland was getting more business from, for example, Portugal, and we have bought cereals since the 1400s when we went to Crimea and Turkey to exchange oranges and olive oil for cereals and sultanas. That's an interesting bit of history. Thank you very much, Sarah. I have to admit, I do love your comments now. I do actually appreciate people's comments on the videos, because I do actually read the comments. I can't always reply because there's just too many to reply. I just had too many views. That'd be really helpful, because the channel's dying a death. It really is. And what I tend to do, if the channel's doing well, I feed off and I put more into it. But when it starts looking a bit bad and I get hardly any views per video, it's a bit dispiriting. And you kind of think, oh, why am I doing this? It will get to a point, I'm sure, where I'll have to, call it a day. But there you go. In a day, if I can't afford to carry on, I can't afford to carry on, can I? I've got bills to pay, so it's just how it is. Soylent Green, Jesse Volk. And they have come up with more and more flavours, all of them, which most likely come from some very healthy chemicals or some kind of bacteria. That's the tang. That'd be the bacteria. That'd be the tang. Yeah, a lovely bit of E. coli or botulism or something like that. Yeah, that'd be lovely. Yeah. Bit of white fur on your jam. Lovely. Protein mint. Little gem men. Little green women. I'm confused. I'm confused as well. There's some strange flavours. I drink oat. Oh, see if it says I drink oat milk now, and it's the least bad for me. I'm a bit intolerant to cow's milk. Goat's milk is okay because pretty much got no lactose. I don't even know this, but if you've got dogs and stuff, you can give them milk at all. You mustn't give them cow's milk because it's not good for them. Can make them ill. But the goat's milk is fine because it's got very little lactose in it. But cow's milk, we're not supposed to drink cow's milk. There's a fallacy that we should be drinking cow's milk. We did not evolve by nestling on another. No. We used to, nestle on a titty. I can't remember. I've still got my own baby bottle. My mum's little bottle. My bottle from when I was a baby. Yeah. Little glass one. With the teat goes over the, look at a nipple shield goes over the outside of the actual bottle. Still got it. Might have some ideas later. Oh, cheers, CA.
So, you have accepted the truth.
Oh, what do you say? What do you say? What do you say? I had Max sing. You had Max sing the Rolling Stones. Satisfaction. I did Madonna's like a virgin. Like a virgin, touched for the very first time. No, I haven't got the little silver things. Like silver nipple sheath. What are those things? That weird bra thing that Madonna had. Although it's probably down here now. Well, that actually looked quite fit for age. Hello. And now I've got a waddy. That's about right, isn't it? Do I dare put the other camera on? Because I'm messing out in a minute. Oh, what's it doing all the way up there? There you go, Wally. There he is. What are they? What are they, Wally? Here he comes. Oh no, he's coming. Ow, my fingers. What, Keaton? What else have we got over there? I've got another one over there. What have we got over there? Might be on another camera, actually. Yeah, there she is. Oh, little Dora. She's got her candles. There you go. Oh, nearly. She nearly got it. Who did for time? Oh, we've got just over an hour at the moment. Right. So the government's trying to spin that line at 430 odd million. Oh, damn, 420 million, though it's a bonus. God, it's just getting bad to worse, isn't it? And then we've got other Brexit benefits. Benefit of Brexit. Or not. Well, the Orient Express. Poor old Pyro. How is he going to get from A to B now? That's his favourite mode of transport, wasn't it? Oh dear. Oh dearie me. The Orient Express is to axe the UK section after 41 years. Due to Brexit. Lovely. We'll get that next. We'll do that next. Oh, cheers for you, Fullock. CT Fullock. Try doing interviews, says number 3. Oh, still not going to get any views, mate. People hate me. It's probably my voice. It's probably just me. Otherwise, I'll be getting. I've been doing it for 2 years now. If it's not going to work now, it's not ever going to work, is it? I know how to do it. It's just me. I think I'm the problem. I'm like a spanner in the works. I am. I really am. I'm my own worst enemy. I am. There you go, boy. Have another one. I'll be honest with you, number 3. I'm sort of falling out of love with it. You know, with the old YouTube thing, to be honest. And it's I keep chasing my tail, and it's one minute up there, and you think you're doing well, and you're doing, working really, really hard at it, because I do work particularly hard at this. And if you worked at how much, if you want to work at my hourly rate, you'd be lucky to get 50 cents an hour. I'll tell you, it's horrendous. I mean, it's really horrendous. It's like the super chats and stuff. YouTube takes a third of that. A third. Whereas the GoFundMe, GoFundMe thing here we're doing, our rewarding project we're doing here. GoFundMe, Patreon, Buy Me a Coffees, all of them, they're no more than 5%. It's not even that actually. I accept that. I think that's fair enough. Obviously, they've got something to set up and they've got to run. It makes sense, and they've got so they're doing well, and they do well at it as well, don't they? But YouTube's greedy as hell. It really is. What's up, Wally? No, I'm not going anywhere, mate. I'm still here, mate. Anyway, what was I? I was going to check the chat first. So I appreciate. I could try doing interviews and stuff like that. I don't know how good I'd be at it, to be honest. I do want to start doing more podcasts, though, number 3. I was thinking about doing that because it opens you up to the YouTube music as well. Do you know, since YouTube started doing podcasts, they've taken 30% of the podcasting market. 30%. Podcasts are huge. Oh, Wally Cam, says Joa. See, the other thing about when you're doing videos, it's not... When you're doing videos on a regular basis, if I, for instance, one a week, argument's sake, you can plan it and you get a fairly good idea what you're going to do and stuff. It takes a lot of time, and but there's a time there to do it. But you've got to get the views. There's no guarantee you're still getting the views. You might still only end up with 1,000 views on a video or something like that, which is tiny. You're lucky to get get €1 out of that if you're lucky. For all that effort. So I've got to get practical because I've got to actually I've got to pay my bills because I am brassic at the minute. Really, I'm brassic, and it's I do not have enough money coming in to pay my outgoings. So that for us is a major concern. I've dragged it on for so long now. It's getting to a point now I've got to do something about it. I've got to look elsewhere to find money. In this case, I'm starting woodworking up again. So with start advertising that around the area and what have you. To the French. See that pans out. So see how it goes. Today's bright, it's tomorrow's ankle warmers. Oh, well, it's for some. 30%, yeah, number 3, 30% is horrendous. It is greedy as hell. So there are if anyone wants to contribute, there are better ways to do it than super chats. Really, there's the PayPal link via email on PayPal, or there's the buy me coffees. That's fine. You know, Patreon's brilliant. You know, they're all pretty good. It's just YouTube's bad. You know, I don't. You know, I accept a bit to pay something. Of course, we have. They've got a service to run, and they need to earn money. A lot of money in some cases, but they still need to earn a lot of money. But YouTube's already flipping raking it in, aren't they? And they take 30%. They get 2/3 of it. It's nuts. You know, and then the smaller YouTubers like myself, we find it really difficult to get the inspiration and encouragement to carry on because we've been screwed all the while. Now, it got to a point, when I first started doing this channel, you know, within 6 months, I was thinking, okay, we're getting enough come in now. So, and being my business was hit quite badly anyway because of Brexit. And I started just doing more YouTubing, and it's I was okay, then I got hit again, and then it recovered, and got hit again. See, like that, you can't sit up and down. It's a roller coaster ride of emotion, I'll tell you. It's you know, if you're there at the beginning, what have you, or if you're doing the same thing all the time, that's the problem with me. Is I'm not. You probably tell by who I am. I don't do everything. Everything.
So
I
you
follow
have
the.
accepted the truth.
Oh, cheers, mate. Oh, cheers, buddy. I'm sounding whining though, but if I followed the same kind of video every single time, or maybe I would grow quick, but that's not me. You know, Daily Blasé's doing well. You know, good luck to him. And but his videos are fairly confident they're going to be the same. You know what you're going to get every time. And I think now he's about James O'Brien again now. But whereas sometimes I might do a podcasty style video. Sometimes it'll be out in the garden. Sometimes it'll be in the office. Sometimes it'll be just a clip that I've edited or what have you. You know, it's a bit of a mix. But not everybody likes all the styles that they get. So unless I put more out without any notifications whatsoever, it's a bit confusing. I suppose I could do one style of notifications. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, what's he saying? Oh, Mark's biggest fan says, Mark's, instead of super chats, link your PayPal. 100% goes to you. Also, sing Brown Sugar by the Stones. You'll be lucky. But don't do it now. No, I'll do it now. I'll do it. Oh, crikey, I have to get the words out for that one. I could not tell you how many movies I've watched. My dad loved the ones with John Wayne. Great memories, but once upon the West and a few dollars more. I quite like the old spaghetti westerns. Like the ones with Clint Eastwood and what have you. They're quite good. In fact, I stole one of his clips actually. I managed to take the background out and used it with some tumbleweed in one of my video clips. Woodwork contract to local builders. No, I'm not. The thing is about woodwork, I'm not actually. I've got a workshop and I make stuff. So if somebody wants something made, I'll make it for them. There's a problem with me going places to actually and doing work. This is not England or Britain or the United Kingdom. This is France. And the rules here are not the same as they are in the UK. I can't just say, okay, I'm going to become the joiner and I've got to go knock on people's doors and I've got to start doing work for them. Okay, I could do that. But I'd need a 10-year decennial insurance for a start. It would cost about 3 or 4 grand. So that's the first thing I'm going to have to think about. And then you can't just get that. You have to prove. You've got to prove that. You got. Well, I can do that. I can prove that. That's not the problem. But you got to prove that you've got a history in the work that you're doing, or whether it be your qualifications, which you've got, or whether it be through your experience. It takes a bit longer to do, but you can do it that way. But yeah, it's not England, so things are not the same here. They have the idea of jack of all trades here is not as it is in the United Kingdom. You know, you have a handyman, for instance. You have a man of all hands or something. But it's not the same as it in the UK. Generally, if you are a shop auntie, yeah, a roofer, you're a roofer. That's what you do. And you might diverge into other stuff, but generally that's what you are, you're a roofer. And you've been insured as a roofer. And that allows you to do a certain percentage of other jobs to top that up. But that's your primary job. And you have your serial numbers and what have you, and they all your serial numbers are logged. You're like a unique tax code, but it's a serial number, and that's logged to you as an individual, but also to the trade that you do. I have a serial number because obviously, I don't work on the black because I don't want to go to jail. And the thing about here is, if for instance, if you get caught for, that you can get fined. Yeah, fair enough, you get fined. But who gets the biggest fine? The customer. So if they haven't done due diligence and checked that you are legit, they can get a bigger fine. I think about £5,000 fine. So that's the reason why I'm working from my workshop, which is fully kitted out, and that's what I've been doing. That's what I was doing before. And like I said, I don't need a huge amount of money to survive, but I need enough. And it's just how it is, isn't it? So I just need to. I just got to make it work, Got to make it work, and I'm putting too much time into this channel, and it's not working. So I need to split things up a bit. Otherwise, I'll just stop. I don't want to give up on the channel. I just need to prioritize a little bit. So I've got no choice. It's just how it is. Sorry. So and so I need to put more effort into my woodworking to get that, and then I can instantly put more videos up for the woodworking as well, because I'll be in the workshop doing it anyway, so that makes sense. And if I can make one thing help fund the other thing, if you understand what I mean, it's like, for instance, the soup chats and stuff like that. You see, doing the live was there to help keep the whole thing running, not just the live, but everything. Obviously, if one thing affects the other, doesn't it? So we all got to live, haven't we? In the day, and nothing's free, nothing's cheap. And I have at least spent money yet, cameras and microphones and stuff. Probably stuff I didn't really need, to be honest. Probably not. Probably not a good use of my money. Oh dear. Anyway, that's not me groaning. I have acting talent. Acting as what? As an idiot? I'm a good idiot. I could be an idiot double. Maybe what about Richie Sunak? Could I be a Richie? Nah, he's not an idiot. He knows exactly what he's doing. Yeah, unfortunately, not for the right reasons though. I have acting talent. I don't know about that. I quite like doing the podcasty type things, recordings. Even with my crappy voice, because I know that ain't everyone's cup of tea. I still get I had someone the other day. He left a comment, because I do read the comments. See, that also takes a lot of time, and it does. So Phil Morehouse doesn't read the comments. He makes that quite clear. He doesn't read the comments. I don't know how many comments Max read. I know he doesn't read all of them. I do know, but he does read some of them. He does comment on some as well. To be fair to Max, and so does Daddy Blase. And others as well, to be fair. Even Mark. Oh my God! Got his name there, German geezer. Oh, he's a lovely chap. He is. I like him. That German guy. He's got several channels on the go. He has. Also, doing like world news and European news and stuff like that. He comes over as being a bit of a news reader, but he's a really nice. It's actually a really genuine geezer. He's very nice. Although for him, it's not everyone's cup of tea, probably because maybe it's his accent. I don't know. No one likes my accent, and I get comments on my videos saying, "You sound funny." That's what they say. You sound funny. Not that you are funny. He says you sound weird or you sound funny. That's what they're implying. Just like the other a couple of weeks ago, it was last week. This week, the last week just gone. Someone said, "Because I always wear a hat, you see." Show us what's under your hat. Bet your balls, you know what they're implying. But I'm not bald. I have got hair, even I'll clip it all off. Get all dirty and grimy. Today I've been welding, you see. A weld splat all over my head now. And I'm flipping arms. I've been painting as well. Got burns up my arms as well. Oh, no, burns. Yeah, look at that. Looks like I've got a track mark. No. Weld splatter, you say. Been welding. So, Bit of everything. What's up with you, Wally? He's at it again, you know. There you go, my boy. You got to work for it. Yeah. Is she still in there? She is. Little Pandora. She's actually a lovely, lovely little girl. She is. She's no trouble. Look at her, little panda. One more, and that's it, Wally. And then I'll get onto my Orient Express. Got to get onto the Orient Express. Yeah. Oh my God, brings me back memories. It does. My dad bought an album. An album, a record. You know, an album. I love records. Not my dad's collection, no. He bought an album. I can't remember what it was called. Of a train going through, doing a certain line, and there's a recording going through all the stations and stuff. A whole album of it. We suffered as kids, I'll tell you. We really did suffer. This choice of music. God. What was it? Campbell. John Campbell. What was that? Campbell? Country and West. I like country and Western, but not all of it. No. Right, anyway. Wait. So, me now of Eurovision is like a cross to me. If I was the devil, I'd run away every time it comes to play. It's going to be in the UK this time, isn't it? Because, yeah. Well, it was going to be in Ukraine, and obviously not many people turn up, so they thought it'd be a good idea. So he nominated the United Kingdom because of Boris Johnson, my best friend. Yeah, lovely. At least he's going to lose a seat, probably. The odds are not in his favour, apparently. Mark's biggest fan. Mark is an absolute gentleman. He is. No, Mark, he's a lovely, lovely guy. I spoke to him quite a bit offline, and he's a very nice guy. He really is. And Phil, Phil likes the sound of his own voice. I'm not going to disagree. I'm no fan. I spoke to Phil behind the scenes, and I kind of spoke. I was talking to him to see what he's really like, and it's yeah, that's it. Just as I thought. He's he's up with that. Yeah, he's not a very nice person. Sound of his own voice, and actually, I think that's unfair. Actually, I don't know him that well. But he didn't come over as being a very nice person to me. No, Max is more interested in his wallet. I don't know. I haven't had any. When I did live shows with Max before, we did a donation thing. I donated to the oh crikey. I forgot what it's called now. Oh my God, my mind's going, I tell you. Oh, the legal people. Not legal. The legal people. The charity legal. The fund. €50 I paid through our live chat. We shared live chat, and that's the charity that I chose. And it's oh my God, I've come to it. You probably know what I'm talking about. What do you all go outside? Do we? I think he wants a wee. Oh, dearie me. Sorry about that. So anyway, I haven't actually seen any of Graham's recent stuff. He's a bit sweary for me. Graham's gone full. I bet he's had to cut a swearing out if he's done that. It's gone full. Oh God, full Labour circled. Okay, I'm not gonna say that, but yeah, I get your point. I have spent a lot of time with Graham in close proximity. He's actually got a heart of gold, Graham has, but I don't think he's always right. But that's my opinion. We're all different, aren't we? You know. Oh, I've got flies landed in my drink. Oh my God, go away, get out! Don't want that fly in there. No, no flies on me. Ugh. It's a little tiny bug. Oh, it's that time of year, isn't it? It's been a warm day, you see. The bugs are. Oh, okay. No more frost. Well, there will be a frost, you know. Last full moon in May. Yeah. So Daily Blase, lovely guy. He's actually really. He's another little gentleman. I love Daily Blase. He's a good guy. So I wish him best of luck. I'm glad. I'm jealous of him in the sense he's getting really good views for the amount of subscribers he's got. But also very pleased for him as well. I really am. The other person, Bowler Hat Man, he's got a bit Labour as well, but he's nice. He's a nice lad though. I don't want that thrown down my throat, if that makes any sense. If I watch somebody else's video, I don't want someone's political leaning in the sense of who you should vote for and what have you. It's got to be Labour, got to be Labour. You know, I don't want that. I don't want thrust down my throat. Make my own decisions. Thank you. So I'm fine people just saying what's what, but to go full on. The problem with I'm in a private discussion with Graham, Max, Phil, and Tansky and what have you as well, because the problem is Labour's online presence is diabolical. It's absolutely diabolical, and it's probably where these attack ads are coming in, because they need to do something, because they haven't. You know, their YouTube, for instance, is absolutely horrendous. Come on, there you go. You little pest, you're very needy. What a needy one. Yeah, very needy one he is. Yeah, their online presence is very, very, very bad. Most of the I think Conservatives have got about 60 to 80,000 subscribers, but like all of them, they get hardly any views. So the people aren't watching whatever they put up. People are watching them, and part of the problem is because they don't put stuff up regular enough. Liberal Democrats weren't too bad, but Labour's terrible. They should be putting videos up, even if they're just short clips, every single day. It'd be funny. They have massive funds. I'm sure they can afford to get someone to do that, or just do it themselves. Get them authorised, obviously. Check, make sure they're okay. You know, we've even got flipping on the private videos, what have you, as in not those sort of private videos. I mean, like Gullis, him, telling all scumbags and scroats all over the place in his constituency. And the people vote for them, they're all scroats. And but they're allowed to put their videos out and their clips out constantly. But there's presence there, you see, and a lot of people buy in what they're saying. Crazy, I know, madness as it is, but they are. Would be great to see you doing their morning show every now and then, Marks. Would be. What do you mean the Sunday one? What on the doing their morning show? What morning show's that? Are you talking about the coffee one, the Sunday roast one? P. Dulles. Where's Reagan Elite here? Where's my friend Reagan Elite? Is he here? Can't see him. Where is he? Where are you, Reagan? Oh, there you are. Hey, you lied to me. You told me you wasn't doing it. I didn't say that. No. You mean after last week? I said after your show, I was saying I probably won't. I don't know if I will be because I can't actually make it work. So there was that possibility, but I can't unless I get some support. I can't carry on. Simple as that. And luckily, some people left today. It was very, very generous. Thank you very much. Because there does, nothing's free in the sense that it does cost me money to do this. It does cost me to upstream or what have you, but to keep it going, I had to buy another computer the other day for the missus because I have to keep this one dedicated for the live streams. I can't have a Caroline because she was on here before and I was have problems with it. Shh, don't tell her. So she's got another computer just there now. I can show you now. Just over there. So just got to sort that out for Caroline over there. So obviously if I wasn't doing this, I wouldn't need to, would I? So that's silly, I know, but it would be great doing live shows. Where are we? Oh, we've got Lee on here. Lee, hey there. Graham's morning brew. Oh, Graham's morning brew. 30 minutes, 9:30 to 10 a.m. I didn't even know there was one. I didn't get any notifications for it. Is it just like? Is it just full on Labour? I don't know. It might drive me insane. I know. It was on Sunday. Was it Sunday roast? It was a Sunday roast, was it? Ah, got you. I remember now, because actually you joined me on a live stream. I was just walking the dog, stand the voir there here in France. I can remember your picture. You got still the same picture. Your little avatar. No, I am on a bit tenterhook, so regularly. I need to know where I'm going with this. At the moment, it's quite hard to keep going, really, because you know what it's like, Reagan. So does Lee Corn. Doing live show takes a lot of prep, and when I say that, they know because they've got their own show, which is the Snowflake Show, and that's with Reagan Lee and Lee Corn, and that's on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. So you always got them. If I do disappear, you've always got them. So we've got an hour and a half. I'm running on now. Phil does some of the morning brew too. Oh, does he? Oh, God. Sorry, Reagan. I'm no fan of Phil. That's it. You put me right off. You'd like to get a word in edgeways. Mark Francois on the other channel. What? What was this? Well, Streeton was interviewed this morning, wasn't he? Laura Kuenzenberg, whatever her name is, show this morning. Who were those Muppets with her at the start? Did you see her interviewing? Yeah, I saw Wes Streeton getting interviewed on Sky this morning. Mark Francois on the other channel. Another found his. Oh my God, really? His other brain cell, yeah. Mark Francois is a Spartan though. Don't cross him. He'll have you. Roly poly man. He'll have you. Oh, cheers, buddy. Oh, thank you, Reagan.
So, you have accepted the
Up
truth.
to the family and to yours. Labour Social is pro-Labour, which is unfortunate for me, as I hate the party system. Yeah, oh, thanks for that, number 3. I probably wouldn't be interested in, to be honest. Yeah. I can't get on board with make Brexit work. I really can't. Although I will be voting Labour. Just tactical vote. What choices you got, really? Otherwise, I'll be voting Green. They're going. Some of the Green Party are that, as put it, some of the constituents are that, not constituents. The a bit tree huggery. Bit tree huggery. Bit tree huggy. That's a bit tree huggy. I can't do with that. I'm happy for the cause. I agree with the causes, but I think it need a bit of common sense with it. People got to listen. How you can bring people on board if they're not going to listen to you? Mark Francois needs to forget about Brexit and focus on backing up Danger Mouse. Cheers for that, Mark's the biggest fan. Oh dear. Yeah, maybe. Oh, very good. I like Francois. Villon. Oh. At least of the two bad, or at least of the two bad. Oh no, you're right, Mark's best. What choice have we got here in England, for instance? Obviously, Scotland's a different matter, isn't it? But that's in a bit of trouble at the moment, and what's going on with Sturge and what have you in the camper van. Nice camper though. The thing is, what get me is they arrested him and then they let him go. So unless they didn't, did they charge him at all? It's like they haven't got enough evidence yet. It's not Graham with Phil. It's one or the other. Oh, okay. Well, I'll probably do it with Graham, but if it's... do you get money from... Jasper says, do you get money from subscriptions? I suppose so, yeah. I haven't got subscriptions set up on there. I start the process. Mark's biggest fan. I think Mark's biggest fan was trying to get me to do that. I actually part way through it, and it's like you got to offer this and offer that. I thought, what can I offer? I'm already kind of like snowed under with everything I'm trying to do. Sort of burn the candle at both ends, and I don't know what I can actually offer. So if I can come up with something I can offer, like a signed picture of me, naked, just with ribbon. People want that. Believe you me. Oh, they're my poor missus. Spartans! It's the Spartans. You get money for subscriptions. I think you do, yeah. Perhaps the two of us could put a show. I could do that with you at number 3 if interested. I could do it on occasions. What is it? Alistair? No charges. Investigation been 18 months. Oh, so there's no charges. 18 months investigation and no charges. So what'd that tell you? They just want to try to find something, aren't they? So Larry the cat says, I heard a rumour that Francois and Bridgen are to a pie eating contest, and Francois has had his soup taken out to give him an advantage, allegedly. I think that's fact. It has to be. Mark Francois in a pie eating contest with Bridgen. Is Bridgen's family farm growing the potatoes? Probably not, because they all fell out, haven't they? Even the flippin' judge said, Bridgen, you're a liar. That's what he said. It's quite unusual for a judge to say that. Graham is doing tomorrow. I believe Phil, I think, does Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Oh, I better check it out. So it's an hour or 30 minutes, you say, in the mornings or something. Bum, 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 bum. Obviously, the thing is, when you look at, to be fair to Phil, he has a huge amount of subscriptions, but also a huge amount of views, and it makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? You know, if he's doing the old Labour Party campaigning, a lot of people are going to see it, aren't they? I think it might turn a lot of people away as well at the same time, though. It's a totally different show, isn't it, I suppose, so probably right. Mark Wrestling, cheers, Phil. That's it, Mark Wrestling. Yeah, the German guy. Yeah, I forgot. I was forgetting. So, it's only about 30 minutes. That's quite short to get, all set up and that. Is it just a casual chatty type thing, is it, Reagan? But at least today, the little people are not stealing my pencils. I'm glad about that, Joe. Joe, every week he has a problem with his pencils going missing. Is it the Diddy men? Or just little people? Stealing his pencils. Yeah, stealing my pencils and dancing in the pine trees, like they did yesterday, he says. Got a big problem there, mate. Got a big problem. What? What's you... Oi! All shorts! You missed it! Use your planting of trees as an offer. Well, I suppose you could do that. That's quite a good idea. Vicky, that's a good idea. I like that. I'll do that. That's a good idea. I better make a note though, because I'll forget. I've got a memory like a flipping sieve. So Vicky Clee says for subscriptions. And talk about the trees. I've got a little video clip at the end here. You might have seen it before. This is a different one though. Subscriptions. Trees. That remind me. That's a good idea. Get off a tree. Okay. Anyway, I keep forgetting because I've got memory like a sieve. See, this is my problem. You see, I sidetrack. I go off on one, don't I? Can't help it. It's just who I am. Poor missus. Wally, stop looking. Wally keeps looking at me with those big eyes. Don't do that, Wally. I need. There he is. Look at the little bugger there. What am I going to do with him? He's needy. Still doing this thing where he jumps on my bed, waits until I'm asleep, and then I wake up in the middle of the night, all uncomfortable because he's decided he's going to sleep between my legs. What are you doing?
So, you have accepted the truth.
Oh, yeah, look. There he is. He's a good boy. What, again? Mark's the biggest fan? Oh, thank you very much, my friend. There you go, look, over there. And we've got the door. My neck cable. What are you hooked up on my headphones? There. What's he like? And then we've got that one there. She stares at. What about me? Look at that. We can see his little white face. She went grey because she had a run-in with her. She's the youngest. She's only 8, and she'd had a run-in with a ram and busted all the jaw up. And after that, within weeks, she started going grey. And all she was pitch black. She was just black with like a white stripe down her belly. So she was a funny little thing. This Pandora. Look at her little face over there. Look. She's a good little girl. She's into pestry. No, she's not pester like this one. He's now going between my legs now. Oh my god. Anyway, the Orient Express. Unlike me. Yes, it's the axed the UK section after 41 years due to Brexit. So the Orient Express began operating in the 19th century. Oh, I remember it well. Well, passports were optional. The only paper required by the British travellers was a copy of the Thomas Cook Continental Timetable. But Brexit and the 21st century biometric checks are killing off the romance of the crossing the border for the modern passengers looking for the nostalgia of the luxury train journey that inspired Agatha Christie and Hollywood, Pyro and all that, Well, Belmont, the company that runs today's Venice Simplon Orient Express, the VSOE, has decided to drop London. Like a ton of bricks. The London to Folkestone leg of the route because it has become too difficult to cross the border to Calais. Now, until now, passengers have been able to ride in an Art Deco carriages of the British Pullman service from Victoria Station in London to Folkestone. And then they board coaches. Remember the coaches just recently in Dover? Yeah, where the kids had to wait like 14 hours on a coach just to get across the channel. Oh, can you see where we're going there? Well, they were to board the coaches to cross the channel to meet Belmont's continental train at Calais. Then, as the night falls, they dress for dinner. They dress for dinner. A compartment in one of the vintage 1929 cars cost from £3,530 to £10,100. My God, per person. You're having a laugh. So evening dress. Oh, I don't think I'll be doing that now, really, no. So evening dress is required. And jeans, as Hercule Poirot would expect, are banned. I have to admit, it does look rather plush. It does. Saucy. No? Well, the coach transfer creates an unacceptable risk to Belmont, as there is no way for the passengers to avoid delays crossing the channel. The travellers, including the school coach parties, had to wait up to 14 hours at Dover at the beginning of the Easter holidays 2 weeks ago, and people also faced queues for their Le Châtel. Well, things make it worse. Oh, that's what Belmont fears, because the UK and the EU are planning new biometric passport checks in both directions. Extra red tape. What did Jacob Rees-Mogg say? Something like was it this? Something like this. No, not that one.
More money, and if you've got money,
That's
you
not the
can
one.
buy things.
No, there's no one either. Oh, there's that one.
I
There
want
you go.
British people to have cheaper food, clothing and footwear the day we leave the European Union.
Caught in the act. Look. So well, so much for that then. The day after we left the European Union, cheaper food and cheap shoes for peasants. Well, we want to avoid any risk of travel disruption for our guests, says Belmont. Delays and missing train connections, and provide the highest level of service, as seamless and as relaxed as possible. Because that's what the whole thing's about, you see. It's all about luxury. In a 1929 carriage. Well, the EU is introducing, not a dirty disease either, it's introducing a new biometric entry-exit system, which will cost, is it a steam engine? which will mean most people travelling across the channel who do not have an EU residency, so such as like ourselves, or a Carte d'Azur or something like that. Because I've already had all my biometrics all been done, you see. Yeah, and the other one, you know. Well, and facial recognition. Well, actually, I had that at the part of the e-gates. You know, when I was wearing my hat and I had a face mask on, and the machine didn't work, and I took the one of the security people come up to me and says, "Just take it off." Oh, I'm an idiot. Just didn't think. I was stressing. That's what it was. I was stressing. Instead of having their passport stamped, so in time it could make things easier. This EES system, you know, no more and also scamming of the system, trying to, I don't know, come in some other place to try and get around the old passport stamps. You won't be able to, once this all comes into play. It will be automatic, and you wouldn't necessarily know yourself. It will be on the system, and it won't say on your passport. No. So you'll have to make sure you know your dates when you come to working it out, and make sure you got your full 6 months on your passport as well. Otherwise, you're not from the issue date either, the actual expiry date. So anyway, if the technology works smoothly, that could mean travellers over 12 years old will be able to use electronic entry gates and potentially save some time. But since even babies are going to need to have a biopsy to provide a biometric data. Okay, I made that bit up. Like a biometric data. Do babies have fingerprints? Our little skins are soft, isn't it? What's our biometric data? Is it going to be the baby? Is it going to eye scan? Rectal scan? I don't know. Scalp? No? Whatever. Well, there is scepticism in the tourist industry on how the checks will work in practice. What keeps getting delayed all the while because they keep, well, they ain't going to cause problems. Well, the EES was due to begin this year, but it's likely to come in force after the Paris Olympics in 2024. Oh, dear. That's quite sad, really. I know it's not something I can afford, but I think it's still quite a nice thing that, I think it was quite special, even though it was blooming expensive. And soon the EU and the UK will be making travellers submit pre-travel authorisation forms, about like a Schengen visa, similar to the United States ESTA scheme. British travellers will pay €7 to give European authorities personal information not on their passports. If you're going to the United States before, you used to have a piece of paper you had to fill in. For temporary entrance into the United States. I think that's right. But then they went on. I think you have to go through the same thing to this now. It's going to be a pain in the neck. This is. It's really going to be a pain in the neck. It should be quick though. They say it's going to be quick, but it's going to put. Does it last more? Yeah, I think it lasts more than one journey. Does it? I think it's got lasts 2 years or something. So. As long as you're thinking ahead, you might still be able to do random trips. So British travellers will pay €7, to give European authorities personal information not on their passports. Some people are going to say, "No, I'm sorry, you're not having my personal information," and they'll just not do it. So yeah, there's a lot of that going on at the moment, isn't there? Regarding people say, "No, it's my data. I don't want an ID card." No. Such as criminal convictions, education, and parents' first education as well, and parents' first names under the ETIS. Why do they need to know your education status and stuff like that? I understand parents, but obviously convictions and what have you. Well, Boris Johnson will get back in. No, actually, he gets away with murder, doesn't he? So education, literally. Education and parents' first names under the ETIAS, the European Travel Information Authorisation System. European travellers will provide similar details to the British government for the UK's Electronic Travel Authorisation, the ETA programme, although Whitehall has yet to set a fee for it. So it's going to be a flipping nightmare. It's going to be going both directions. So when these systems first come into play, there's going to be one massive transition period. Everyone's going to get used to it for the start. Well, hang on, didn't I do it last year? How many people didn't even realise Brexit happened? How many people thought that as soon as, they put the cross in the wrong box, the cross in the wrong box, when they did that, we've left now. You heard it all the time after, we've left the European Union now. No, we haven't. What are you on about? It's a transition period. Got to negotiate as well. Well, this is not great material. This is not great material for cosy mystery stories, and technology has made many things easier. said Mark Smith, founder of the train travel site, Man in Seat 61. But the one thing that is made harder is crossing borders. In the old days, whatever border you're at, there's your passport, and off you go. Suddenly everyone wants to take your fingerprints, as if you are a criminal. Well, guilty. Presumed guilty. It's all gone their way round, hasn't it? Oh, let's have a look. Very well. Scroll down, okay. Well, up. So what you are saying is getting a seat will be murder on the Orient Express. Oh, well, it will. Mark's his biggest fan. It certainly will be. And so Larry Cat says, what happens between adults between closed doors? Oh, what's that response to? Sounds like my honey room. What? I'll get confused now. Let's go up again. Oh no, haunted pencil. He is, isn't he? That haunted pencil. Jacob Rees-Mogg. Doff Cap Forlock. Walking Penny Farthing. He's a haunted pencil, isn't he? Was that purely medicinal? Oh, most definitely. Good night, Alistair. Take care, my friend. Hans, bring the AI probe. Oh my god, AI. Oh my god, that's another story. Oh my god, that's good and bad. But anyway, Papier Bitty. Who's Zebediah Thomas says the pizza has turned out brilliant. I'm glad your pizza has turned out brilliant. The Polish sausage has the Hungarian pepper in it. That is in goulash. Forgot its name. And the tinned sardines got chili in tomato puree in it too. Delish. Sounds interesting meal. What with a pizza? Polish sausage. Oh, on the pizza. I get you. Oh my god. And then you got Ules. Yeah, I think anything that... Well... Ules. I don't live in London, so it's not my problem. I'm just glad there's less emissions. So there you go. Sorry. Sounds like my honeymoon... Oh, does it? The scan is in the hands and face. Behave. So none of that then. Okay. Yeah. Behave on a baby? We do biometrics on a baby? We're going to roll the whole baby in the ink? And do like an ink blot? Or something? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. The little things are all like wrinkly and that. There's not much of a fingerprint on them, is there? In fact, there's not much of a fingerprint on my fingers. There's covered in scars, my fingers, though. I've worn them off so many times. That's what happens in laying bricks. Yeah. Takes the skin off your fingers, you know. I can see fingerprints, but they're all scars on them. Maybe it makes me unique. Oh, they can fingerprints are supposed to be. Oh, dear. Hello, Gingers. To get my passport, I had to give my parents names and places of birth. Don't do it. Yeah, they're very funny about that here as well. Maiden names and previous married names and stuff like that. Yeah, Caroline really needed that sort of brought up again when we're doing all that lark. So, what happens between adults and closed doors? I've got an ID card. Oh, and poor old Harry. So I'm to leave the missus at home. He's got a party, He's got a party. It was his first girlfriend. What was her name again? That's in his book, The Spare. Bob. Where are we? Oh, Jacob Rees-Mogg is the haunted quill in an Undertaker suit. Oh my god, he's terrible, isn't he? It's Jacob Rees-Mogg. Oh, wrong one. There we go, back down here. Oh, I just...
But the structural reforms that we're about, like Brexit Freedoms Bill. The Brexit Freedoms Bill is a fantastic piece of legislation, defining constitutional piece of legislation that will remove the dead hand of EU laws from our statute book finally. There are over 2,400 EU laws that will be amended or repealed.
Probably not. No. Wasn't very helpful, was it? No. Anyway, you know we've been doing our rewilding here in France. Yeah, we've been planting trees. as you know, probably 1,000 trees on 2 hectares of land, or at least 1,000 trees. It probably could be more looking at it. But anyway, we're planting loads and loads of trees, and also making bat boxes and bird boxes and stuff. But I just I put the trail camera out the other day. Actually, one was a bit. Well, actually, one we did last year. This one we did last year, and this is what we might call is a hoople. There you go. Oh, that's in our back garden, and they peck on my windows. These hooples too. And a little bit of pain in some ways. Bird boxes are okay because they're deep, so they can't get the heads in. But they've got a long beak. What they do is they nick the eggs, little buggers. But they're nesting in our they're not in the bird boxes. They're not the actual hippos, aren't they? They're actually nesting in the walls. But also this year we never had these before. In the back there, we managed to encourage woodpeckers. They are look, feeding on our feeder. Yeah. And he's also he's actually in one of the bird boxes, not those ones behind it, there, the bigger ones on the wall. Bird boxes on the opposite wall for the cameras, and there's got some bigger boxes that he's in. He's supposed to be pecking in the flipping tree, but no. So we've got that, and obviously we've got some great tits as well. And no, I'm not talking about Anne Widdicombe because they're not that great. No. More like sea anchors. That's what they are. If you know what a sea anchor is. It's not a sea anchor. I mean yeah. I'm talking about sea anchors as in they're like a big balloon thing. You put them in the sea. They're not actually a balloon, but they put them in the sea and they fill it with water. And the idea is it slows the boat down. Or helps to keep it. Yeah. I don't want to talk about like a big anchor. No. Anyway, that's Anne Widdicombe. No. I'm talking about these sort of great tits. So, there they are again. A little bird box in the back there, if you can see it in the back there, that little one there. On the right hand side there, that one we made for a chappie. I subscribed to this channel. Actually, I haven't seen him for a bit, actually, might not be bad. Anyway, he made a donation, and that was in memory of his little boy who died at 3 years old. But it's got great tits in it. Got birdies in it already, and been up that long. So we're quite pleased. And also, I don't remember, we did a live stream where I was making bird boxes. And with the barky type wooden fronts. All 3 of them, which are mounted all together, all got birds in. They've got sparrows in. Well, actually, one's got sparrows in, the other one's got great tits in it. So one has got great tits and 2 of them have got sparrows in. And yeah, so they seem to like bird boxes. I'm quite glad. They've been nesting in our walls and stuff as well. But we're getting a lot more wildlife. Partly because obviously we're feeding them more, and I think we have to be honest, because there's diminishing food. But this time of year you feed them anyway. But even through the summer, especially if you live in the UK, if you live in sort of concrete jungles, what have you, suburbs or in a town or something, you need to feed the birds. To be honest, if you want to keep them, otherwise you're going to lose them. The quantities of birds at the moment are halved. And a lot in the last 5 years are gone. Sparrow populations, not here. I'm overrun with sparrows. You heard some in videos. They're making videos out on the patio. We've got a jasmine climb up the wall, and it's quite bushy. It's quite big, and it's full of sparrows. And the noise is phenomenal. It's like a sparrow infestation. So it's quite nice to see, though, and it's quite nice to see that the efforts they're putting into, obviously with your contributions as well, because you've been helping as well, regarding the GoFundMe for the rewildings we're doing here. It's quite nice to see some effects, and quite immediate effects as well. Not just with obviously the trees themselves, obviously because they could take a while to grow. You don't really, you grow them for the next generation, really, don't you? And wildlife, what have you, for as trees are getting chopped down, you want to be able to replace them. Provide habitat. And we're doing a mixed habitat here, and it's not just trees, we're doing various shrubs as well. Things that birds like to nest in, blackthorn, hawthorn, and all that sort of stuff. You think of the old English hedgerow, where you layer the hedges and stuff like that. And although we're planting them as not as hedges, but as actual shrubs and trees, it all provides habitat. And the thing is, we're not going anywhere, so that we can we're fairly confident they're going to be fairly safe. And by the time we are gone, they're all going to be fairly well established anyway. So yeah, I think it'll be fine. Yeah. So it was quite nice though, because we made one of the hedgehog houses. I want to put a camera in it, but I don't want to disturb them at the moment. I imagine they're coming out soon if they haven't done already. But I haven't checked. But the hedgehog houses and whatever, they've got hedgehogs in. I'd like to put a camera in there because little baby hedgehogs, they are so cute. Just like a little spy camera in there, you know, or even a little sports camera for a little hole in the side or something. So I can, get some video of them. And do the same with some of these bird boxes as well. Or make one with a camera. Yeah. And maybe live streaming. That'd be interesting. When they're nesting, just to put it on all the time. Because I can now, because my internet's new. I've got fibre now. So yeah. It's I think it's quite cool. It's quite a nice thing to do anyway when you're talking about we're in quite a difficult time in the sense of the environment, have you, and they need somewhere to live as well as we do, and they need to be fed as well because we're taking away their habitat, putting astroturf down and concrete gardens and what have you, and they're losing habitat, but also the insects that feed them. They haven't got any, well, not enough, and the numbers are going, dissipating as a result. The numbers of birds. Robins! Yes, we've got robins there as well. Yeah, we've got robins. Oh, so you got robins. It's a magpie. We've got magpies. We've got wood pigeons. Pigeons. Jays. And robins just politely eat the grubs around them. It's lovely to see, though. It really is. Okay. So your wood pigeons that all go from the strawberries. Oh, crikey. So what nicks our flipping flowers on the tops of our potatoes is the jays. They're always nicking them little buggers. Dumbo would be a hazard for my Spitfire. I'm sure he would. Vipex says. Vipex say. Flying cows. What were they thinking when they did Dumbo? I know, it's terrible, isn't it? Flying cows. I've got plenty of cows there, I'll tell you. They're quite funny. It's quite disconcerting. They follow you. I'm working in the garden. Oh, well, what's the day? And on the fence line is the cows. When I go from one end of the garden to the next, they follow me. It's like a double. 1 minute you're down to one end of the garden, you walk down the other end, and all of a sudden the cows at the other end. Little groups of them. Bizarre. My dad told me how when he was digging the garden, a robin would patiently sit and wait for him to move a bit. We've had the same thing here. They do. They know what's happening. You do the work for me and I'll nick that worm. Pretty much. They'll just sit there on the fence line or on the post waiting. Yeah, they won't come up unless you're right up to it. But as soon as they get a chance, they'll have it. I need a magpie to get the crown jewels. Oh my god. Queen, consort, queen. What is Camilla going to be? Oh, could be queen now. Oh, the adulterer. I know they've been married for a long time, but God, it's... Robins come surprisingly close to you. They do. They are also a bit nervous, I find. My God, our sparrows are fat. I think it might be my fault. When I was in the Azores, where there were so many cows mooing outside, when I wake up, mooing when I walk to work, and mooing when I return, you're like the cow whisperer. And I ended up mooing back just to fit in. I actually do that too. They're curious creatures. They really are. They've got Liverton cows. They're like a brown cow, and they really are curious. Yeah, especially the younger ones, especially. Seagulls are the rats of the sky. Yeah. The thing about the magpies, they're another ones that they like to nick the young, so you got to be careful. You got the younger birds. I stayed with a family in the USA once, says number 3, and during the evening meal, I ate a bird. No, I didn't. I bent down to pick it up a cherry, and I had knocked on the floor. When asked what I was doing, I said I'd lost my cherry. Oh my God, really? Oh dear. Comedian. I honestly talk to animals and I think they understand us. I talk to my dogs all the time. Definitely, I do think there's definitely a connection there. There's definitely. Queen Camilla, the Queen. Queen. Are you talking about a horse? She, of course. Those poor horses are getting. Yesterday, 3 of them got killed. The protesters coming, kicking up a fuss. Nothing like, making their cause more obvious. When 3 horses on the first fence got over the day or whatever it was, 3 of them died. Well, they could break a leg or something. They get put down, don't they? That's why they don't answer. Oh, I don't answer you. Okay. They're not. I almost shit myself being surrounded by wild boars, says Jasper. They are scary. I've never been surrounded by a wild boar, but I was walking through the woods up back here. There's wild boar in the woods up here, and we did come across a wild boar. Luckily, he wasn't aggressive, and he's wandered off. But yeah, I was a bit concerned. Them charging at me. Just made a childhood favourite: cheese and strawberry jams. What? Cheese and strawberry jam? I never had that. Ooh, au revoir, number 3. Well, I've gone a lot longer than I said I was going to. At least 30 minutes longer than I said I was going to do. So I'm going to sign off in a second as well. Got a tribe of wrens in my back garden, crawling on the floor everywhere. Robins near wild pigs. And it used to be, and now it's us. Scroll down. Well, I think it's time for me to go. Horrid things, magpies. Magpies be a right pain in the neck. They really can. They're beautiful though. Big black and white birds. You know, they've got a bit of a sheen to them. They can sort of crows. So they've got a lovely, sort of almost iridescent sheen to their feathers, to their plumage, and they're quite beautiful creatures, really. It's just got this, they're evil, apparently. They're like the devil's bird. They peck you to death, or wait until you're dead, and they just eat you. Or was it a vulture? That's a vulture. We do have a lot of predatory birds here, like hawks and stuff like that. Just the things you literally walk down the road here. They just sit there, perched on a post. Totally ignore you. Don't bother. They just, you think they'd be frightened, wouldn't you? But they're not. They just sit there, perched on a post. I'm the one who's scared. Peck you. And then there's we've got lots of owls, barn owls, and what have you. We've got I want to make them an owl box, but they're actually perched in the in the barn over the other side here at the moment. So we've got owls. Yeah, little barn there, little ones, little barn owls. So yeah, crikey, they leave those pellet things on the floor. Yeah, disgusting. Like where they eat whatever they eat, and then they kind of somehow all the bones and all the other stuff ends up in like a ball, like a pellet, and then they spit it out. It's quite gross. We've got these like balls all over the floor where they've been, funny creatures. Wildlife is amazing, really. Yeah, you take care, Joe. Have a lovely weekend, my friend, and thanks for all your comments and stuff. Horse broke its neck at the first fence. Oh my God. Broke its neck. Crikey. Out with the bolt gun. Time. Euthanized. Oh, God. Reminds me of that film. With a bolt gun. Land of Old Men or something. So that's, No Land or No Place for Old Men. Oh, so I think of the film there. Classic. Brilliant film. Murderous geezer goes around with a gas cylinder and a bolt gun. Murders people with a bolt gun. It's instant, I suppose. Straight in the head. Ooh. Not good. Well, apex chip predator. What? An apex chip. I don't even know what that is. I thought that was the Conservative Party. They certainly are predatory. We need hawks to get rid of our seagulls and pigeons. And seagulls especially seem to think that they're an ape. Oh, I get now. An apex predator at the moment. Now I get what you're on about. Aha. I know, look at 6 for silver, 7 for gold, 8 for secrets never told. No Country for Old Men. That's the one. No Country for Old Men. That's it. You knew what I was talking about, Kool-Aid. The 76 that you did. And so did Marcus's biggest fan. No Country for Old Men. That's a brilliant film, though. Yeah, he managed to find some money or something, doesn't he? Yes. Yeah. From some scallywags. I can't remember the actor's name. It's quite a famous actor, actually, but I can't remember his name. The guy with the bolt gun, I can't remember his name either, but he was a baddie in Casino Royale. I think so. Right. Well, it's time for me to go, I think. I want to show you a little video. Our GoFundMe link is down below if you want to contribute to or buy trees. I mean, put a tree on your bar, but also make signs to go with the trees. But look, there's signs on the back wall up there. And, basically, I'll put the tree. Put your name on, or in memory of a loved one, what have you. I'd like to thank everybody that has joined us today. It's gone really nice, and I do appreciate all the super chats. It really, really does help. Makes for me, it makes that feasible. Otherwise, I've got to think where I'm allocating my time. You see, so I better go. But before we do, I want to share something with you. Oh God, where's it? That's the wrong mouse, you plonker. A plonker, Rodney. That's my plonker. Yeah.
Don't be a plonker all my life, Rodney.
That I am. I can't help it. So what we got? Got that one. Cheap shoes peasants. Got mugs. What's this? Oh, yeah. You must have seen this. Have you seen this?
And with money you can make more money. And if you've got money, you can buy things that you want. Buy this, something like that. Lovely.
Obviously, you know who that must be. Show you that. Right. I'm gonna play. It's quite funny. This is. This is doing. I actually made a little clip last year. We're actually in process of making. No, I've been taking video clips while I've been planting trees and stuff. So we're gonna put it together. I get a chance to edit it. But this is one that we did last year. You might have seen this before, you might not have done, but there you go. Bog so ta-ta, you know. So ta-ta. Digging this hole, a hole in the ground, so big and all around it was. There I was, digging it deep. It was flat on the bottom and the sides were steep.